Hey, what up, Taurus? Welcome back to Tarot and Numerology. It is September 29th, 2025. 29th is a base number of 2, because 2 plus 9 is 11, and 11 is two ones, and 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 is emotional energy, feminine energy, changing of the mind energy, um, travel changes, changes made by females, feminines, 11s, 2s, 20s, 29s if you're born in any of those days. 11 life paths. And it's a hell of a lot of intuition, the number 2. Everybody who's born on 2 days, you guys have that feminine intuition a little bit, even if you're a dude. It's just how it goes. That's 2. That's the way the energy and the behavior of 2 works. So, a reminder, it's September 29th, 2025. You add all the numbers up on that day, it breaks down to a 2 again. So it's a heavy 2 energy. Some emotional things might be going on, changes of plans might be going on. Tomorrow's the 30th, and I'll probably do a reading on the 30th tomorrow, but 30th is a 3, so we're dealing with kid energy, late energy, busy energy, stagnant energy, but I'll get into that on a separate reading. So Taurus, let's see what's going on. 6, 3, 9, 10, 11. That's been happening a lot. I'll explain the whole numerology of the day. I'll roll the dice, and sure enough, it'll be that same base number reduction we got on 11. 6 and 3 is 9, 9 and 1 is 10, 10 and 1 is 11. Justice energy, Libra energy. Again, more of that. A female changing the plans of things, a feminine, a 2 number person changing the plans of things. I keep feeling that one for sure. Justice also means, obviously, like, could be some kind of law that comes in and changes things up. Maybe someone gets arrested, maybe someone gets served a warrant, maybe someone gets some kind of legalities in the mail, something of this nature. Something you have to pay, something that you owe, things of that nature. Let's see what the tarot says for the Taurus collective. 2 of Swords in reverse. Let me make sure I don't have these. Oh, no, that's... Well, okay. 2 of Swords in reverse. Let's go with that. Let's just go with 2 of Swords in reverse. Very interesting card to pull right off the bat. So 2 of Swords in reverse, I like that. Before I get into the other cards, I want to see what's going on here number-wise. Right, again, another 2 card, right? So the theme keeps running here. 2 energy, changes, emotional energy, people changing their minds, female energy, intuition, justice. 1, 3, 4, 4, 4, 8, 11. Okay. That's nuts. So another 2 reduction. Crazy, crazy, crazy. There's a lot of changes coming in the Taurus collective, and the fact that we have the 2 of Swords in reverse tells me a lot of it has to do with someone taking the blindfold off. Could also mean that you're putting yourself in a catch-22. Maybe you're doing this with your thoughts. You might be putting yourself in a dilemma you don't have to be in, within your mind. What else is this 2 swords in reverse? 5, 5, 10, 16. 19. Okay, so 19 is the happiest number in Major Arcana, which is the Sun. So this is a good 2 of Swords in reverse. This means for sure someone's taking the blindfold off. For sure someone's no longer going to someone knows that they're in a damn if I do, damn if I don't, and they're finally at that point where they're making either of the decisions they decided to take, you know? So 459, 459 on my watch, which breaks down to a 9. 9 means the end of a cycle. The end of a cycle of not wanting to look at the elephant in the room. Let's see here. Okay, interesting card to start off with this deck. 3, 4, 5. Interesting. 2, 1, 2. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so it seems like Taurus, something the more you encompass a magician energy, the more you decide to take on the reins of everything in your life, the more you decide to fully engage in every aspect of it's an energy of cutting the middleman out of a lot of things in your life, in a sense here. Becoming a magician causes either an air energy, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or yourself to take the blindfold off in some relationship, possibly. Having, and a lot, I also get like having the strength to face a relationship, also. Magician. Being hands on in every aspect of your life. Taking the middleman out, taking the blindfold off. And also, I see it's about a relationship. And see how the 7 of Swords here and the Strength cards here? So definitely there's like a lot of running away behavior. And we got the Strength, which is not doing that, which is in the toughest times still showing up and still doing what you gotta do and remaining, calm. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 9, 7, 16, 16, and 8 is 24. 2, 4, 6. It's funny, right when I say 24, 4 is a law number, right? I hear the sirens coming in. Then there's that 2 number. 2 and 4. 2 changes, 4 law, which makes 6. 6 is contractual energy. 6 is the Lover's card in Major Arcana. It's the 6th card. 15th card, 1, 5 makes 6. That's the Devil card. A couple is depicted in the card. 2 people that are contracted. 6 is the home and family number. Your family's contracted to you. You're born into them. You have no choice in the matter. It's contracted. 24. So yeah, sounds like you're gonna be making some changes towards it. You might be going back and forth today about it. If it's still the 29th when you see this, you might be on the emotional side or a little more on the uneasier side. If I keep going with the theme of 2, it's like the 2 of Swords in reverse, and this Magician card tells me, like, yeah, Taurus, it's something's gonna make you feel like you have to take all the reins in everything. Like I said, cutting out the middleman. Let's see. What's this deck say? Page of Cups. Okay. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. King of Swords. 6 of Swords. 5 of Wands. Okay. I already get a sense of, and I think yesterday's reading was talking about this, how it's really important for you to keep focused towards. There's people who, if you feel like people are trying to distract you on purpose, they might be, even if they're not. It always seems that way when you're getting really serious about something. So there's something about walking away from distractions, staying focused on work here. There's definitely a young energy. Let me see, King of Swords, Head of the Logic. I feel like you got to keep a young vibe to what you're doing here, Taurus. So you just got to keep yourself in that vibe. There might be some, or this is like a competitive person, someone who's playing games. Also, I see that. 6 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, King of Swords tells me though, like it's more about your focus and your discipline than giving into any of these energies here. Again, more of this like taking the reins of your life. You know, understanding that there's days that it's just gonna be difficult, but you still show up type of energy. You know. Eight of Cups, King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords is back, Queen of Swords, Four of Swords. I do sense a retreat coming pretty soon here. Four of Swords, a chance to rest, get away. Seven of Swords, more of that getaway energy. And then Eight of Cups, which is, you know, cutting your losses, walking away, learning your lessons from what happened before. King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. If there is a retreat or something of this nature, where you get some time to get a little bit of a getaway here, definitely feels like a getaway in a sense of like you don't even want to know where people, you don't even want people to know where you're at exactly type of energy. There is going to be some kind of clear-cut understanding during this time about you and your material gain, your finances, stuff like this, of this nature. When I see the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, there's going to be some clear communication about material gain, King of Pentacles, right? But it, you know, all this breaks down to 19. 4, 7, 11, 11, and 8 is 19. 19 is the happiest card in Major Arcana. That's the Sun. Could be dealing with a Leo. Either way, though, it seems like this is all for the good. If you are planning something like this, Taurus, some sort of getaway, trip, it's going to clear some things up. There's going to be some clarity about finances or something of that nature. What to do, how to picture that, what you want to do with that, something of that nature I see here. Seven of Wands, Two of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Four of Wands, Two of Swords. Two of Swords is back again. Ace of Swords. So there is definitely a message here about, and this kind of reminds me of like a few Taurus readings ago, where you gotta, there's something you gotta let go of if you want a new phase to happen, if you want to get out of this juggling, spreading yourself thin phase. Two of Pentacles. This also could be just anything that's Two of Swords energy, something that is not being said and should be said, something that is obviously something that's being ignored when it shouldn't be ignored. It's causing either you or someone else to feel like you guys are juggling or something of that nature. Seven of Wands tells me there's a lot of defensive energy towards whatever that is. Ace of Swords, Four of Wands, but yeah, that has to get resolved in order to get this Four of Wands, the final outcome, right? Three of Wands is you're waiting for your ships to come in. Four of Wands is they've come in and you've created a, you know, some sort of empire in a sense. In order for that to happen, Ace of Swords, this has to get dealt with. And that's funny, that's how the reading started, Two of Swords in reverse. So I feel like that is going to happen. That is what's going to happen. Someone's taking the blindfold off. There's going to be some clarity. I see some good stuff coming after that. It might be kind of rough a little bit in the middle of it, but I see some good stuff coming after that. 2, 6, 8, 8, 6, 14, 14 and 2, 16, Tower. Like I said, sometimes things have to get to that point. So that when the dust settles, you can proceed with clarity. So yeah, see, healing. Five of Cups. It's coming. Some healing's coming. It might be kind of rough. Two of Wands. See, it is coming. 2, 5, 7. You know, could bring on some endings. 7 is complete endings, and 7 is Chariot energy, Major Arcana. Some more of that taking a trip energy, right? The Chariot is a vehicle in a sense. Hangman, yeah. Yeah, dropping the ego battle with someone is gonna, like, again, bring this King of Pentacles energy. Allows you to step into that magician energy I was talking earlier. But yeah, some kind of Two of Swords in reverse energy, the Five of Swords, ego battle type of situation. Someone holding on to pride about something has to get resolved in order for Taurus to walk into this abundance that I see that is coming, and I do see it's coming. The Two of Swords in reverse means someone's taking the blindfold, either you or someone else in your life, but it's going to cause some death and rebirth, like I've been saying for the past couple of weeks for the Taurus Collective. And I'm going to leave it right there, Taurus. Please like and subscribe. I do private reads. The information for that is in the description below. Thank you.